Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Pisces, April 6, 2025. Structuring your creative efforts, hobbies, or recreational or romantic pursuits can boost a relationship now. Negotiations can be successful, and establishing reasonable boundaries in relationships works well, as long as you also pay attention to the need for some freedom and randomness. You might discover very constructive channels for your creativity these days, and it's satisfying. Today, a sense of improvement is a powerful motivator. Encounters can be unusual or surprising, or a significant someone in your life adds a healthy dose of excitement to your experience. Common goals and philosophies are apparent now and can help cement a bond. Still, it's not the time to jump into something that you haven't given much thought to. Instead, it's a good day to work on honing a skill, perfecting a craft, or putting effort into a heartfelt project or venture. This is a fine time for employing strategy and exercising self-discipline while also thinking innovatively. Shout to the heavens, joy has come. So much overflowing happiness is guaranteed to rain down upon you and the whole world. Over the coming days, as the mighty and ruddy Ant's sun reaches his hand out across the sky, he will link in a sextile to mighty Jupiter, our great benefic. This will bring you personal, spiritual, and material growth. You will be able to share this with your one-on-one. If single, use this luck to reach out to someone who fascinates you and brings you a sense of awe. You could feel that they complete you in ways you'd never known. Revisiting an old passion project is what you need to do. You never know what you could come up with until Mercury retrograde in Pisces conjuncts the North Node in Pisces and opposes the South Node in Virgo. Going over old creative endeavors and other projects may not be on your agenda if you have other responsibilities to fulfill. However, you should review these ventures. You could revitalize something you once worked on, which could become part of your work life yet again. Today's planetary energy assists you in exploratory thinking. The ability to recall early experiences or to examine body issues is enhanced by your critical thinking capacity. This aspect enhances our deepest emotions and registers every compliment and insult. Therefore, use this aspect to heighten your awareness of your body. A challenging yoga session will focus your mind and create space for new awareness to emerge. Don't push yourself but stay on top of this exercise. If workaholism is a problem for you, you'll need to watch for this on this day. You'll have plenty of energy and feel raring to go, regardless of what you have on your agenda. However, knowing when to call it quitting time can be plenty challenging for a life path, let alone with a vibration happening. Resist the temptation to burn the midnight oil if you've been doing a lot of this lately. Go home and release some of that energy toward personal and recreational activities. In the heart of the Sun's month-long visit to your work sector, with Neptune settling into the early days of a 15-month visit and Mars just 14 days away from his return to your career sector, the pace of this professional year is set to increase dramatically over the coming weeks and months. As the Moon joins Mars just as he moves into his final 2 weeks in your sector of adventure, travel, learning, and discovery, and as support from planets in a playful and creative part of your chart increases, this is a chance to put some guardrails in place ahead of time. 2 days after a friendly aspect between Mars in an adventurous part of your chart and Saturn in your romantic sector, and a day before this is set to peak, the Moon takes this to a whole new level. A day before Venus, the planet of love, is set to become part of the mix. The Moon's return to an adventurous part of your chart will see a mix of nostalgia, romance, passion, and adventure reach its peak over the coming days and especially over the weekend. Pisces, empathy and intuition guide your path. Your quote of the day: your inner world creates your outer peace. Your color of the day is soft lavender, soothing and dreamlike. Lucky numbers: 2, 6, 25. A dream or gut feeling may carry an important message. Pay attention. Someone may need your emotional insight. Be a gentle guide. Make time for art, music, or meditation. Your quiet presence heals more than you know. Our eyes in the sky. Let's take a moment together wherever you are right now. Just pause and breathe deeply. Today is April 6, 2025, and it brings with it the quiet magic of possibility. Whether you woke up with a sense of peace, a list of things to do, or emotions you can't quite name, this reading is here to gently guide you, to offer reflection, and maybe even a little spark of inspiration. Remember, tarot doesn't predict your fate, it reminds you of your power, your wisdom, and your ability to shift and shape your path at any moment. The first card drawn for today is the Hanged Man, a card that invites stillness, surrender, and a new perspective. This is not about being stuck, it's about allowing yourself space to see things differently. Maybe you've been pushing for clarity, trying to force a decision, or wrestling with uncertainty. The Hanged Man gently says, pause. Breathe. There's wisdom in the waiting. Sometimes, the answers we seek don't come from doing more, they come when we release control, let go of urgency, and open ourselves to a different way of seeing. It's like standing back from a painting. Suddenly, you notice details you couldn't see up close. If you're feeling unsure about something in your life right now, give yourself permission to not have it all figured out today. There's beauty in the in-between spaces. Next, we have the Three of Cups, a beautiful card of connection, celebration, and emotional support. This card is a joyful reminder of how important it is to lean into your community, to nurture your friendships, and to allow others to hold space for you. You don't have to do it all alone. Whether it's an old friend checking in with a text, a spontaneous laugh shared with someone at work, or a moment of comfort with someone who just gets it, these small interactions matter deeply. This card invites you to reach out, to connect, to celebrate the little things with those you trust. And if you've been feeling isolated, know that this is an invitation to open up to connection again, even if just in small ways. Human hearts were not made to go it alone, we're all walking each other home in some way. Now entering the reading is the Ten of Pentacles, a deeply grounding card that speaks of long-term stability, family, legacy, and building something lasting. This could relate to your career, your finances, or your personal foundations, whatever our home means to you. You may be laying the groundwork now for something that will benefit not just you, but others around you. Even if it's not visible yet, your consistency and effort are planting seeds for long-term abundance. This card also reminds us that success isn't only about material things, it's about creating a life that feels rich in meaning. Maybe it's passing on wisdom to the next generation, or finally creating a home that reflects who you really are. Take a moment to reflect. What are you building for your future self? What matters most to you in the long run? The next card we see is Strength, and its message is soft yet powerful. This isn't about brute force, it's about inner resilience, quiet courage, and self-compassion. You may be facing something now, or carrying something heavy, and this card shows up to remind you, you are strong. Not just because you've endured, but because you continue to show up. Because you allow yourself to feel. Because you keep choosing growth, even on the hard days. Strength reminds us that true power often comes in the moments when we are kind to ourselves, when we speak gently to our inner voice instead of criticizing it. Have you acknowledged how far you've come lately? You've made it through days you thought you couldn't. Let that be a reminder today that you're doing better than you think. Finally, we close today's reading with the Ace of Wands, a burst of creative energy, new beginnings, and divine inspiration. This card is like a little spark being lit inside of you, an idea, a dream, a feeling of, I think I could do this. If you've been waiting for a sign to begin, this is it. This is the green light. The Ace of Wands doesn't ask for perfection, it simply asks for you to say yes to something that excites your spirit. It could be as small as picking up a journal again, trying a new recipe, or exploring a passion that's been quietly calling to you. Follow that nudge. These little moments of creative fire can light the way forward in big, beautiful ways. So when we take this reading as a whole, there's such a gentle but powerful rhythm. The Hanged Man invites reflection and trust in timing. The Three of Cups reminds you to open up to connection and shared joy. The Ten of Pentacles grounds you in long-term vision and purpose. Strength honors your quiet resilience. And the Ace of Wands encourages you to take inspired action toward what lights you up. If you're feeling this message today, I'd love to hear from you what resonated most. Are you feeling that creative spark beginning to glow? Or maybe you've been sitting in that hanged man energy, waiting for something to shift. Let's share in the comments, support one another, and remind each other that we are not alone in this journey. Every day is a chance to grow, to feel, and to keep becoming more fully ourselves, and I'm so glad we get to walk part of that path together.